Good evening, everyone. Hey. Okay, so let's do this. These are actually side hustles that I have done like in the last 15 years. Yeah. In between running my publishing business, working a 9 to 5, not just for a 9 to 5, like working different 9 to 5 jobs. I did these side hustles, and I am so sure that it's something that if I had continued, I could actually have continued with any of them. But before we get into the gist for the night, if today is your first time of seeing my face, my name is Chisa Motibeaka, and on this channel we talk everything money, business, and opportunity. So I can't see something that will benefit you, make your life better, give you some more money, and I won't tell you. Same way, you shouldn't see something that should give me more money, give me more perks, make me increase my business, give me more leverage, and you won't let me know. And that's what we do, okay? And that's why we take the comment section of this channel so seriously, because that's where I can feel your vibe. I can get the next point you want me to talk about. I can actually just make another video from what you're asking me, right? So that's why I want you to like this video right now, share this live session, because the person you're sharing it with is going to tell you let's say thank you. He's going to tell you thank you very soon, trust me. Okay, so what I'm discussing tonight is something that I'm so passionate about. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I think I've mentioned a couple of them, okay, maybe one of them in a previous video as well, right here in the channel, and I want to go into more details. But before we get into this, all of this juice, okay, I have a pre-juice. So more like what I've been about, what's been happening. If you noticed, and you are like an OG on this channel, like I've been away for like 8 days, yeah. And that's not because I wanted to be away. I just wanted to give you guys like a summary of what has been happening. Okay, now I recently launched. When I say I now, I am my team at Logos Audibles. If you didn't know, also, and today is your first time, I work at Logos Audibles. Is a premium publishing company that helps clients get their books written in just 4 months, written and published, I mean, and handed over to them, especially books that are non-fiction. So in the category of autobiographies, biographies, of course biographies, it cannot be the clients who is commissioning us, right? So but we write autobiographies. We encourage leaders and CEOs and high network people in fact to document their lives and their expertise. So it could be your life in the guise of a memoir or an autobiography. It could also be your expertise work, where you're a thought leader. It could be a recipe you formulated. It could be a structure, a process, something that has added value to your industry where you have been for years that you need to document and be an authority, a quoted authority on, right? Those are the kind of books we help our clients to achieve. And we launched the imprint, some weeks ago. But let me even tell you the truth. I actually thought of this idea first 2 years ago, and we actually kind of what they call that, launched it, like soft launch it, but we didn't really take off in that sense. If you know anything about Logos Audibles in the last 15 years, and yes, we are 15 years in business. Okay, I am 15 years in business, 14 years in business. Okay, so but we're celebrating 15 years because why not? Okay, and that's because it took me about a year after I started the business to actually register it with the Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria. So that's why. So we have only, if you know anything about us, we have focused a lot on helping writers proofread and edit their work professionally. That's the core of what we have done. Like if we have done, if in 100%, if we have done 100%, we have done editing and proofreading for like 85 or 80 or 90% of the time, right? So we were predominantly known as a editing and proofreading company in that sense. But this few weeks past, we launched what I call the Audibles Legacy, which I have explained, right? Helping leaders, industry experts to document their life, because I think in this age of AI and so many information, what will still soon be lacking are authentic stories from authentic people, from real people in that sense. And we want to close that gap. Yeah, we want to be the company that you can rely on. Like, I have a lot to say about the part of my life. I have a lot to say, in my industry, so that I can own this process or this recipe or this, and all that, and it will be relevant for you even in posterity. So we launched it, and guys, I remember the first week we launched this Audible Legacy rather, and I was like blown away. I just did of course, that at Logos Audible I'm the marketing in chief, even though we are bringing other marketers, but of course I'll still be marketing in chief because, So we launched it, and we had a lot of buy-in the sense of a lot of people were like, finally, it looks like all the while we have known you have been piloting this thing, growing your personal brand, running this company, but we have been thinking, okay, we want to work with you, right? But the thing is that I don't even have the time to write the book. So you coming up with an offer that says we will help you write your work 100%, your content, your words, your tone, so it's not going to look like somebody fabricated anything, and then we're going to help you publish it and market it and print it if you want. It was like, oh my God, finally. Hi Mohammed, thank you. Leomon, good to see you. I can see you. Thank you so much. Niger, oh nice to see you too. Welcome to the stream. So that's what we do at Logos Audibles, right? So I have been bootstrapping that process. If you watch the videos in the last the series of videos I posted 8 days ago on WhatsApp marketing, I'm sure if you didn't watch it, please watch it after this live stream. I took time to share why I think that WhatsApp marketing is such a big deal, and then I thought, why not? Let me share. That used to be a webinar that was paid for, right? I decided to make it free for here because, why not? I have you now. You guys are my tribe. So I thought, okay, let me share it. Okay, and I got a lot of feedback and a lot of goodwill here. Thank you. I just said I'm very beautiful. Leomon, you say you love me. Oh, I'm getting all the love. Thank you. So I now, so as we launched, it has been a lot. It has been so amazing. I've had to conduct meetings and book meetings in different cities in Nigeria with my team. It's been so fulfilling. Then I had to also visit my parents in their city. I had to welcome 2 of my siblings who came, and then my husband had his convocation, and I'm like, a lot has been happening. So I wanted to put that background for you guys to know what's been happening. So let's get into the 4 side hustles I have done in the last 15 years. I think you should thoroughly think about doing them. See, each of them is something you can start with little or no money at all, and that's why I wanted to share it. Number 1, okay, Niger, you say you're from Germany and your English is not very good. I see, no problem. As long as you can understand me, welcome to the stream. Let's do this. So do you do any side hustles apart from your work? Maybe you should hear me out and hear the things I have done in the past that has brought me money that anybody can actually adopt. Okay, so the first one I wanted to share was sometime in 2009. I was fresh out of resigning from a job I didn't really like. I mean, the job was okay. It was a contract job. It was in the finance industry, okay? And I thought, okay, it was good as it lasted, but I wanted to quit. After 13 months there, I quit. A friend of mine, before I quit, had started this gift packaging and delivery business. Oh my God, I love that business, and that's why I want to share it. So what is like that? We meet people every day, talk to them, through small talks, events, church events. We talk to them about celebrating their special days, celebrating their loved ones now. And anybody who shows interest, like, oh my God, I would really like that. Thank you, Nija. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Okay, so anybody that says, okay, I want you to do a surprise for me, will get their details. Now, I'm telling you the process of the business, okay, so that I'm not just giving you side hustle ideas and running off, right? So I can tell you how I did it. So it's also my business. I was working for a friend of mine. Actually, my university schoolmate was the one that owned the company. So during my break time working in the financial industry, I would go out with her to do some deliveries. I see the way they make people feel special. Sometimes they go with musical instruments, the balloons, confetti, make them really feel very appreciated by the person who sent them. And I remember so many times that it was also meeting people in their workplaces. I remember delivering to a woman in the bank, a woman at home very early in the morning, and it was so fulfilling for me. And yeah, so Usually, if you want to give your spouse or a friend and a gift or a surprise, you contact us, and then on that special day we would have curated all your gifts, packaged them, you tell us the right timing. Of course, the person might be monitoring the person that they want to send it to, so that we will arrive there at the right time. So usually such a plan, a good plan, and a wow for the person as well. So the gift can range from household items to groceries to bathroom items to skincare to provisions, whatever, or even food, or even restaurant tickets and all that. So it can also be money, like bundles of money, yeah, okay. And in Nigeria, we do that a lot. We do those bundles of money thing that we form into flowers and bouquets. So it was a very good business. Or why I love this business model in particular is that you don't need to spend your money up front. You don't even need to spend your money going to seek people, because people are already around you. So you can start with your neighbors, people around you. You don't need to spend money going out to look for people in that sense, because every 10 person you meet, the likelihood that at least 6 or 7 of them are going to say, oh my god, I'll need that service, because sometimes they forget the special days of their spouses, or their son is about to be 18 and they need to celebrate him, or their daughter, or their child is turning 1 year old. I mean, it can be anything, right? And it's got a lot of subscriptions. And so we also do like reminder services, which is something you can also adopt. Remind people ahead of time. So somebody has already told you, oh, okay, my wife's birthday is in January 5th. When it's like December 25th on Christmas Day, is a good time to remind them, or even 1 month ahead, right? To say, okay, your wife's birthday is coming up in January 5th. What do you want us to get for her? What do you think she needs now in her life? And all of that. So we help with the reminder and then planning with the person. It's a very good business model, if you ask me. And you can make anywhere from between $50,000 to $70,000. And yeah, or at least 50,000 naira in Nigeria. It depends on how business savvy you are. If you have been watching this channel by now, you should know how to price. But I will also do another video, on, if you want me to do another video where I'm talking about how to price appropriately, especially when you're doing your own thing, okay, and you are using goods that are already price tagged. How do you now pay, ask people to pay you for the service, right? You can also let me know in the comment section, like right now. Okay, now the second, wait until you hear the second one, because this one is also very exciting. Another one I did between 2009 as well till about 2014, even 2018 I did one, but the one in 2018 was not really like a job. It was me appearing. I was paid to appear for the event. I'll tell you, that business model in the third point, so don't go anywhere. So this second one is actually event ushering services. I feel like a lot of women, young women, don't know how to get into these kind of industries, like, right? Or maybe they know but haven't really quite seen it as something that can be a side hustle. Mohammed, thank you, good to see you. How to make money in confidence? No, not really. Gift packaging and delivery. Now I'm talking about now how to do ushering services for events, right? So you go to events every day, birthday parties, weddings, corporate events. There are always ushers, men and women, who are standing by, serving people, directing people to their appropriate places to sit, helping them be comfortable, really. And events are usually anywhere between 1 hour to about 6 hours max, or sometimes full day conferences that are maybe 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, where you get to make even more money, right? Now, have you ever thought that some of these companies who provide these ushers are just companies who hire them for the job? So sometimes it's not even like it's a business that they do. Sometimes it's just on contract. So there's this event coming, so they get people, train them on the nitty-gritty of that particular event, the things they're expected to do, and then decide on the dress code that they will wear. You provide your dressing. Sometimes some companies provide the dressing, and and then pay you as well. So you just have fun, meeting more people, doing your job, getting paid, getting to know. Like, if the theme of event is something that you have been wanting to know, it becomes an opportunity for you to also learn for free. Okay, so ushering services was something I had done very well in the past, and I loved it. And I'm thinking, anybody, even if you're doing a 9 to 5, you can use ushering services in the weekends or anytime you have the time to make even more money. Because why not? If you're a young woman in particular, or you're a young man, you are young, you're strong, you can stand, you can move around, you can, especially if you're in your teens, 20s, early 30s. It depends on the event now, right? There are events that you even see, you can see much older people, but it depends on your carriage, yeah, and what you bring. And events also pay differently. Certain events, I remember then, I'm talking about 2010, 2011, they used to pay us like 5,000 naira, which is about $3, $2 in that sense then. So now I'm sure it's even much more. Now the least you can be paid if you're in the smaller cities, maybe 20,000 naira, which is about $10, right? And you can end up to, sometimes you can even end up to like what am I saying, 50, yeah, more than $50 per day in an event. If it's an event that is 2 days. I remember doing an ushering service. Was that an ushering service I did? There's this patrolling conference I did. Okay, that was not ushering, that was for repertoire now, which is, I'm running ahead of myself. That was a repertoire job for a 3 days oil and gas conference. That time I was paid 100,000 naira for the 3 days. So it was like 30,000 per day, thereabout. So I mean, it depends, and it also depends on your negotiating skills. And sometimes companies who also get these people are already on a budget. So you think about it. If it's something you want to do, why not? You look at it as one weekend that you don't need to be, that doesn't affect your day job. Why not? I'm thinking that these are things that you can easily do from home. And how do you get to know the companies that can hire you? I'm sure that's the question that might be on your mind. Simple, right? You have to sometimes, I remember that time we need to, through my contacts who are doing events, make them know that you're available for any paid events, for ushering and all of that. Also, you can also go to event centers where they're having events and meet the event planners, right? So event planners are usually the ones who get the vendors and all of that. So if you get the contact of event planners in your city, you can even just look at the website that have upcoming events in your cities, call the numbers there, try to negotiate and say, okay, I see that this event is coming up, do you guys have ushers? You'll be shocked. They might even say, oh yeah, seriously, are you an usher? Please, can you get us more of your people? You might even end up just being somebody who is being paid to pay yourself and pay others. So the responsibility of even training these people, telling them what the event is about, might finally fall into your lap, and you can make a lot of money in one weekend, right? I mean, money that you can, take yourself out, buy something new for yourself. And imagine if it becomes regular, like every weekend, maybe once in a week. I mean, it's not a bad idea at all, because all you need is your social capital, your social skills to, walk up to people, talk, go to event centers where people are, look up events online that are about happening in your city, call up the phone numbers there or the email there, offer your services and tell them, what you can help them do. And voila, you get the email or the call back saying, okay, we need you, come with this way, dress this way, do this, or come and let's have a meeting so we can give you a full scoop of the events, and you have money in your pocket. Now, let me talk about number 3. If you think that number 1 and 2 has been hot, wait until you hear 3 and 4. Now, this third one is very exciting, because sometimes I feel like how do I put it now? That sometimes it's not like these things don't work, but I think that sometimes because we're not consistently doing stuff, it looks like people are doing it, but who is looking? Sometimes some of these things get away. See, and I think that because a lot of people make money in certain things that may not be so common, or something that is not something people are talking about, and they don't tell other people about it. And I think there's this phenomenon about where what is giving people money, they usually don't like to share. I don't know whether it's human nature or something, but these businesses are one of such, because I think that anybody can start a gift packaging and delivery business. Anybody can become an usher, as long as they are good looking, they can stand, they are healthy, they can dress, they understand how to coordinate themselves in the crowd, they are power networkers, they just understand how to be presentable and serve people. Because I say it all the time, even to children, like, if you want to make money, it's about serving people, right? You have to serve people, right? So if you have those skills, why not? So this third one is about social media streaming. Yes, let me explain what I mean. So assuming you have such a large following on Twitter, which is X now, or on Instagram, or on Facebook, or as a blogger even. I used to do this when I was a blogger, right? I'm sorry, a lot of people still want people to capture their events, their activities, without them paying attention to all of that themselves. And that's where you come in. So people want you to capture them, take videos, pictures that they can use to tell a story of the event afterwards. Sometimes it might also be your responsibility to take these pictures and videos and then edit them to tell a story for them. So it could be as streaming live events, a whole event. It can also mean being like a social media live assistant for a celebrity or a public person in that sense. A lot of people are doing this now. Even when we used to do it then, like I said, I'm telling you the things I've done. It was like mostly for events. Like, so people want to do, government events like petroleum summits, all of that. They call a bunch of us, not just me, like 10 of us usually or less, and say, okay, so you guys help us stream this thing online. Thank you, Mohammed, for agreeing. Now, help us stream this in online while it's going on. So you are going to be tweeting or you're going to be sharing updates on your own platform about it. Usually we have a coordinated hashtag, and most times, then we used to make it to trend on Twitter. So that way the organizations would always pay anything for trends. I don't know whether it's still like that now because I'm not so active on X now, but I know that it can still work on any platform, right? So you guys all tweet about the event. So who is speaking now, what the content of their speech is, what's happening, so that it's more like carrying people along who are not in the actual hall, right? And it's not just about streaming the event in video, it's about them reading it. That's what it used to be. So now there are varieties of streaming you can do. You can live stream on social media. If you're using Instagram or any platform, you can live stream the whole event. You can also live stream or live tweet in that sense, or Insta tweets, or Facebook carton. That's what we used to call it then. Or do a Facebook carton where you're giving updates and pictures and videos or short clips of what's happening for that event, which of course you should have announced ahead of time so that people who can attend will already be on your page to follow. So imagine when 10 people are doing this for the organization. That's what it is like. But you can actually start this on your own, like this is something you do, and then grow that and scale it into a big business where you get other people involved. Think about it. This kind of thing, all you need is your device and the live streams you've done in the past, what you've done for people. Market yourself online, keep talking about it, and somebody gonna just hire and say, oh, I have an event next week, will you want to come by and offer your services for us? I want to see how you're gonna package it, how you're gonna follow bravo, and you have a business in your hand. Another business I did, another side hustle that you don't want to miss out on, is repertoire. I mentioned that earlier. Repertoire is you reporting on the go about a meeting or an event. Now this is for you if you're somebody who likes to write. Writing is your thing. I made a whole lot of money, Nigerian naira, from repertoiring between 2011 and 2018. And most of the organizations who hired me were, I think I should mention this because it's very important, most organizations who hired me were government organizations and not-for-profit organizations. And you know that these are the guys who have the money to pay. I hope you know. Like, if you want your business to scale, if you want to grow your business, these are the people to sell to, if you ask me. NGOs can pay anything if you give them value. Government establishments and parastatals have budgets that are crazy, like, so they can pay you if you negotiate well. Now, we used to come in, so sometimes they bring another person, so I just meet the person on the day, they give us a brief and all that, and usually most of these events were not less than 2 days, right? So you negotiate for every day's pay. What it means that you're taking note of everything, conclusions, deliverables, insights, every speaker's call to action, the things that should, more like highlight of the speeches and the whole proceedings. And most of these events want to present a communique at the end of the event. So if it's a 3 days conference, on the third day of the event, they're going to have to read out the communique using those reports that you're writing. So it can be very intense. Like you don't have to miss anything. You don't have to miss any speaker time for when somebody started or when they ended. You don't have to miss the break time. You have to be very alert so you don't miss out on anything. You have to get the names of all the speakers, all the panel discussants, number of participants, all of that. You need them locked in. and the content of the speeches or the keynote addresses by all the speakers, you need to have them on lockdown. So that means as you're writing, they would have given you a template. Organizations will always give you a template of how they want it written. So sometimes you can you can put your report in the headlines as it should be, so that it's easier for them on the final day to take your report and quickly, summarize it, because they're going to use your report for their communique, which they can also expand later on. You have to deliver professionally. This is a highly skilled job, and like I said, people will always hire you if they have seen you write something before. So if you're somebody who is a writer considering a side hustle you can do outside just writing, a freelancing, or this is also a freelancing opportunity, right? Package yourself as a rapporteur who helps people capture meetings and all of that, and create a report for them at the end of the day, and you're going to be having your way to the bank. Trust me, I did this a lot for, like I said, organizations who pay real money. Okay, now I think I'm going to give you one more, really, because why not? So I've talked about gift packaging and delivery. I've talked about gift packaging and delivery. I've talked about ushering services. I've talked about I'm skipping one. I've talked about social media live streaming. I've talked about rapporteur. Now the fifth one I want to talk about before we wrap up is something that I did. God, I have always wondered how can this work, but I did it and it worked, and that's why I want to share it. First of all, I told you already that my company has been into English editing and proofreading, and you can do that too, especially if you're somebody who has a good grasp of English language, and or maybe your English, it can be like Mohammed, who is German. Is it Mohammed is German? Somebody here said that. Okay, Niger. Why is your name Niger and you're from Germany? Okay, you can be in German language, anyone, but you have a good grasp of your language in a way that you can tell when something is wrong, when somebody is speaking it or writing it, especially when somebody is writing it. And then you also have appetite to read a wide range of things. You can be a good editor and a proofreader. And I have a whole course on that teaching you the business of editing and proofreading. You can actually get it when the video is over in the comment section. You can actually hop in and join our next cohort, but it has been amazing doing all manners of business. I feel like telling you all the businesses that I have done, but let me leave that for another live stream, okay, so that you can digest these ones. Let me know which of them do you think you're going to try. Which of them do you think you want to try, or you have tried before? How was it for you? In my experience, all of these businesses, thank you, Mohammed, as well, all of these businesses are great. I'm not a motivational speaker, Mohammed, no, but I talk money, business, and opportunities right here on the channel. So I will implore you to sign up. I have a couple of channels also on YouTube. I love to teach, so maybe you call me a teacher or a coach. My students call me a coach. By students, I mean people who take my course. Of course, they are high network people as well. Yeah, so please subscribe to this channel if you found this face interesting and what I'm saying interesting. I'm going to come live again soon, like tomorrow by this time as well, and I hope to talk more. If you have questions, please ask me in the comment section so that I can see it as I go offline. I have also told you about a lot of things that we're coming up with. So if you're somebody who is also excited about opportunities of helping people to document their life, publish their books, and a book you publish today can become a movie, it can become an online course, it can become a lot of things. By all means, whatever you're doing, I want you to know that it is enough, it is amazing, and it's something you need to document for posterity. So even if you don't want us to write your book, it's fine, but think about writing your book yourself and publishing it wherever you are. Keep it as a memorial for yourself, for your family, for your posterity, because at the end of the day, our life is a legacy that we must amplify, right? So that when we're not here in the next 100 years, we can still be here in that sense. And that's the essence of life, if you ask me. What have you done for others? For me, I think that's the essence of life. And I think And I think that is something you should think about. Mohammed, thank you. Mohammed thinks I'm a great speaker because I talk continuously without break. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. I'll join you again tomorrow. So if you can join me tomorrow, I'll be glad as well. I'll be right here on this channel as well, sharing another dimension of money opportunities that you should be thinking about. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Like I said, drop your comments, whatever comments, sorry, not whatever now, comments, suggestions, side hustles you have done, how do you make money, share with me in the comment section and I'll be replying immediately I go offline. Okay, bye. Good night from Nigeria.